Hi guys, today's video notes are over 1-4, solving absolute value equations, day 1. This is divided into 2 different days for 1-4. So your objective for this part will be I will be able to solve absolute value equations by taking 2 cases. So let's take a look at the first example here. So example 1 is just evaluating an expression. From the video you saw, from the previous video you saw what an absolute value is, and when we take the absolute value of a number, it is always positive. So for here, when we're evaluating, we're actually going to take what the value of n is, which in this case is -7, and I'm not going to make it positive. That's not what this is I'm going to plug in the -7 in for n and simplify it. So 2, plug in the -7, so we don't change anything just because we see an absolute value. We still plug in a -7 because that is the correct value of n, and I keep everything else the same. Now we're going to use our correct order of operations and simplify what the inside of this is. So treat the absolute value like it is a group. It is grouping this entire piece that's inside the absolute value. So we're going to do PEMDAS, parentheses, which we don't have any, exponents, we don't have any, multiplication and division, we do have that. So 2 times -7 is going to be -14 plus 5, and the absolute value of that, and 8 minus. After that, we have addition and subtraction inside here. So -14 plus 5 is going to be -9, absolute value of that, and 8 minus that. Now that we have just one number inside the absolute value, now we're going to figure out what the absolute value of that number is. So the absolute value of -9 is +9. So that this just becomes 8 minus the number 9, which is -1. Okay, so you want to simplify the absolute value of whatever's inside the absolute value down to just one number like we did. We figured out that inside that absolute value is a -9, and then we figure out the absolute value of that number, which is always going to be a positive number, and then simplify from there. Okay, so our next examples here are actually solving for the absolute value. Now, from the video before, when we are solving, we know that there is 2 different cases, 2 different numbers that have an absolute value of 9. So if we look on the number line, absolute value is the distance away from 0. So if we're over here at -9, or if we're here at +9, the absolute value of 9 is 9, and the absolute value of -9 is also 9. So they're both 9 units away from the number 0. So x could be either 9 or it could be -9. So there are two answers here, 2 solutions. X is 9 and x is -9. And if we plug that in, absolute value of 9 is 9. The absolute value of -9 is also still 9. Okay, so for the second one, the absolute value of some number plus 3 is 9. So what number plus 3 is 9? Well, 6, obviously, right? So that means that whatever number is inside here has to have an absolute value of 6. What 2 numbers have an absolute value of 6? There's 2, 6 and -6. So what we really are essentially doing is isolating the absolute value, getting the absolute value alone on this side to figure out what number it needs to be. I would subtract 3 from both sides, and that would make absolute value of x equal 6. And then that means that x could equal 6, or it could equal -6. And there's our 2 solutions. So more than likely, you're going to have 2 solutions. There is some case where you won't have 2, okay? The next one, the absolute value of x plus 2 is 6. Okay, so this means whatever is inside this absolute value has to have an absolute value of 6. There's two numbers that have an absolute value of 6. So what I'm trying to do is just pretend that this is just absolute value of something. The absolute value of some number is 6. That number has to be either 6 or negative 6, which means whatever's inside here, whatever this is, can be x plus 2 can be either 6 or x plus 2 could be the number negative 6. Because whatever x plus 2 is, it could be that if it's the number 6, the absolute value of 6 is 6. If it's the number negative 6, if x plus 2 is negative 6, then also the absolute value of that is 6. So you have both of these two cases, and then we just solve these. So I would subtract 2, and x is 4. Subtract 2, and x is negative 8. So there's our two solutions. Do not automatically assume that both answers are going to be positive and negative of the same number. They could be like this one was positive 4 and negative 8. So they could be completely different numbers. Okay. Another one here. Absolute value of x plus 12 is equal to 9. The only two numbers that have an absolute value of 9 is 9. So x plus 12 could equal 9, or x plus 12 could equal negative 9. And then we just solve. So subtract 12. X is equal to negative 3. Right here, subtract 12. And x is equal to negative 21. So here are our two answers. And when we plug them in, negative 21 plus 12 is going to be negative 9, and the absolute value of negative 9 is positive 9. Here we plug this in, negative 3. Negative 3 plus 12 is positive 9, and the absolute value of positive 9 is positive 9. Okay. X minus 4 is equal to 2. So the only two numbers that x minus 4 could equal are 2 and negative 2. So right here, add 4. So we get x is 6. Here, add 4. And we get x is 2. And again, we plug them in. 6 minus 4 is 2. Absolute value of 2 is 2. So we know that's correct. Here we plug it in. 2 minus 4 is negative 2, but absolute value of negative 2 is positive 2. So there we go. Okay, last one. Here, absolute value of 3x minus 2 plus 8 is equal to 1. So I need to figure out what number this has to be in order for this statement to be true. I'm going to go ahead and move this 8 first. Subtract 8. The absolute value of 3x minus 2 equals negative 7. So I want to get that absolute value by itself. The absolute value needs to be the only thing on the left side of the equal sign. So here's my equal sign, here's the absolute value. Now, the absolute value of some number is equal to negative 7. That's never true. When we talk about absolute value, like the first video said, it's always positive. So if I take a look at negative 7, the distance that it is away from 0 is positive 7. The distance that positive 7 is away from 0 is also positive 7. It's never, ever, ever going to be negative. So this is impossible. You can't have an absolute value equal a negative number. So this case has no solution. Okay, so you might have no solution. And if you were to have solved this out, when you plug it in and check it, it would have made no sense. So even if you did work this out and say, okay, 3x minus 2 equals 7, 3x minus 2 equals positive 7, you plug it back in to check your answer and it wouldn't have worked. So it's very important to either be careful when you have these negatives or always check your solutions. Those are your part 1 notes for 1-4.